Monthly checks, are they going to replace fixed income benefits like Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB? I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this is a really good question that I've received down below in the comment section from some of you right here in the community, wondering what the future holds for your monthly benefit administered by the Social Security Administration, especially with all of this weird stuff going on right now with what Congress wants to do to Social Security, as well as what the administration wants to do to Social Security as well as all of these other fixed income benefits. There's a lot of things that are happening right now and a lot of potential changes that are coming in. Therefore, we need to talk about what is the future of your monthly benefit, and that's what I want to talk about here in this video, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually happening right now as things are changing very rapidly. It's a very busy, confusing, and uncertain time that we're living through, and we also know that Congress as well as the administration is talking a lot right now about Social Security and, of course, all of the fixed income benefits administered by the Social Security Administration. So a lot of us are wondering, what does all of this mean for our monthly benefit? Again, great questions. Let's get into it and talk through the details. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so. And remember, it is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to be here for you every single day, and I'm sticking to it. All right, let's get into it and talk about, will these benefits be replaced by a different program? What's going on here? Because literally, it seems like every single day we come out and there's a new report that hits the wire. There's a new proposal, a new bill, a new package, something coming out of Congress, something coming out of the administration where they want to change all of these benefits. So let's wrap it all up here and stick a little bow on top and say, okay, this is what it means. All right, so now obviously, if I were to cover all the different bills, packages, and proposals that have come out of Congress over the last, say, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we'd be sitting here for probably 8, 9, 10 hours, or maybe a couple days. Seriously, there is a ton of information out there. However, let's just break it down and discuss the questions that I've been asked down below in the comment section. And with all of these discussions coming out of Congress and the administration, does it mean that these fixed income benefits that are administered by the Social Security Administration are going away or possibly being replaced by a different type of monthly check program? Again, great questions, and I completely understand this is a valid concern. I mean, seriously, if this is a concern of yours, you're certainly not alone. In fact, there are a lot of people out there wondering, what's going on with my benefit, and exactly why I'm here for you every single day to break all this down so we can all see what happens. Because let me point this out really quickly here. How many times over the last few years here have we seen Congress come forward with, say, 3, 4, 5 different bills, packages, proposals, and we think, oh, they're all obviously garbage, except for one sounds actually pretty good. They'll obviously choose the one that sounds really good, right? And then sure enough, like a week or month later, they come back and say, we're going to choose this one over here. This one looks the best. And it's like one of those that we thought, wow, really? We should have thrown that one in the burn pile like a month ago. And then they choose it, right? We've seen it happen before. So that's why we got to watch all this stuff closely to determine what are they going to do, because you never know. Sometimes it's obvious to feel like, oh, they're going to choose the most obvious one. And then sure enough, they choose one that makes no sense at all. And it doesn't really seem to make any sense to the beneficiaries, right? So anyways, want to point that out. All right, so first off, long story short, are your fixed income benefits going away or being replaced anytime soon? The simple answer is no. They're not going away. They are not being replaced by anything anytime soon. Possibly at some point in the future? Yeah, possibly at some point in the future, because here's the thing. We know that Social Security has some major financial issues upon them, right? Social Security is kind of in a tough situation right now. We know that Congress will probably come together and work on something to make sure that the insolvency issue is addressed when it comes down to Social Security, but we do know that this is an issue that comes up every couple decades. It is something that pops up every so often. Congress needs to act and do something about that. However, I do want to point this out. As of right now, nothing is going to change with Social Security. It is not being replaced by any type of fixed income benefit program. It's not being, pushed away. It's not being, dismantled and saying, oh, this is it for Social Security. No, it's not doing that at all. They're going through the process of coming forward with all these bills, packages, and proposals to figure out a way that they can shore up Social Security and make sure that this program can continue to pay out all of the promised and guaranteed benefits for many more decades to come into the future. However, let me throw my little take on this. Now, obviously, in many of the videos here on the channel, I don't like throwing my opinions in because honestly, let's just be real for a second. Nobody cares. That's just me being real. Nobody cares, right? And again, I don't try to instill my opinions on these. I try to give you the facts as this information is being released. However, let me throw my opinion out there really, really quickly on this because obviously I'm watching all this stuff closely. And again, I want to throw this out there just so that we can be aware of this. Now, obviously, I do not think anything is happening with Social Security for any time in the relatively near future. I'm going to say 10 years, easy, nothing's going to change with Social Security. However, I would not be shocked one bit in, say, I don't know, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, a very, very long time from now. Not anytime soon. Maybe within the next 20, 30 years, something like that. I would not be shocked one bit to see Social Security really scaled back and really finely tuned to just those people, that are really in necessity for benefits. I would not be shocked at all if we see some major overhaul of Social Security and see this program whittled down and focused on just the lowest income beneficiaries and people that truly do need the money during retirement, or obviously those people who are disabled, things like that. I would not be surprised to see that happen at all. I wouldn't be shocked at all to also see Social Security and another program come up side by side with Social Security, maybe like a universal basic income program, a guaranteed basic income program, some type of monthly check program on an ongoing monthly basis on a nationwide level that would complement Social Security. I'm not saying Social Security is going away, but I would not be shocked one bit in the next, like I said, 20, 30 years, something like that, a very, very long time from now, to see some kind of major overhaul of Social Security because let's just be real for a second. This program is not sustainable in its current structure. It's just not. It is not. Here's why. Way back in the day, 1935, when Social Security was formed, there was something like 68 workers for every one retiree, okay? For every one beneficiary, there was like 68 workers paying into Social Security payroll taxes and, helping out that one retiree. Right now, there's 2.8. 2.8 workers for every one retiree. Is that sustainable? No, not even close, okay? Unless they raise taxes huge, like substantially, like a huge raise on Social Security taxes, there's no way that that's sustainable. And here's the thing too. The labor participation rate, as in the number of people actually working right now, is very low. It's at like 62%, and that's getting lower and lower, okay? So as a result of that, we can clearly see the future for Social Security. It's not a sustainable program. And again, I'm not saying that it's a bad program. I'm not saying that at all. Social Security is very, very important and is a very essential program for the beneficiaries. However, long term, looking out many decades from now, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from right now, like looking forward into the future for Social Security, it's just going to have major problems going forward. Basically forever, okay? We've seen this happening with Social Security. They had to come back and rescue this thing back in the 80s as well. There was an insolvency issue. They had to come forward and they had to raise taxes. They had to do a bunch of things for Social Security because they were dealing with the same issue that we're dealing with right now. Major insolvency. In other words, not enough people paying into Social Security payroll taxes to help fund all of the retirees and the people that are drawing on benefits. So, as a result of that, we're dealing with the exact same issue yet again right here. We're going to continue to have these issues until they come forward with a massive overhaul or they change the program or do something to it to make sure that this program never has these issues again. Well, until they do something, it'll continue to have these issues forever. So, long story short, that's just my, kind of take on Social Security going forward. And again, not anytime soon. This is not happening this year. It's not happening next year. It's not happening in 10 years. It's probably not even happening in 15 or maybe even 20 years. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm not even sure if this is going to happen. I'm just simply telling you, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this happen because we can clearly see what's going on here. But if we have the same people in Congress moving forward, all things like that, well then who knows? It's it's a circus act in Congress, right? It's just like a bunch of monkeys juggling balls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? An elephant jumping on a little stool. I mean, seriously, that's about what it comes down to with Congress, right? So when it comes down to it, these are the details, and for those of you that have been concerned, are your fixed income benefits being replaced? Are they going to be fixed with some kind of nationwide program or something like that? For right now, no, nothing is happening with Social Security. Nothing is changing, well, for the most part, as of right now, but again, there will be changes. I can guarantee you that much. There will be some kind of change with Social Security going forward. When? Good question. Not really sure quite yet. But there will be changes. For sure, there will be something going on. Whether it's raising the payroll taxes, whether it's raising the full retirement age, whether it is flattening out benefits like we've talked about, whether it's freezing Social Security benefit increases from the COLA. I mean, seriously, we've talked about tons of these in previous videos. There's a lot of different proposals out there, a lot of different things that are happening. And again, that's what I'm talking about here in this video. And of course, we've got to continue watching all of these because you just honestly never know which of these approaches Congress will take or what combination of them they will take going forward. They can't, they don't have to necessarily choose just one. They can choose multiple of these and choose a variety of them going forward, whatever they see best fit the program for its longevity. So that's what we got to watch. And it's very important because as of right now, about 70 million beneficiaries draw on Social Security benefits. It's a huge percentage of our population. Therefore, we probably want to know what this actually means for the people that are drawing on the benefits and what does it mean for your monthly benefit? Most importantly, what does it mean for your monthly benefit going forward? Well, right now, it means nothing. It means that your benefits are not being replaced. It means that nothing is changing with Social Security at the exact moment. But here's the thing. Congress is still talking about it. Congress is still negotiating, and they are still working out the best fix for Social Security. And this is something that is very, very controversial, I should say right now. We've seen it in the headlines a ton over the last probably 6 months or so. We've seen Social Security in the headlines a lot, and it's only going to intensify until they come forward and actually have a plan that works for everybody and a plan that actually Congress can work through the House of Representatives and, of course, the Senate, and then a pass on to the president, and then he will sign it into law. A lot of steps here, and they got to have the final thing. They need to have the perfect plan, and they need to thread the needle on this thing to make sure that it actually appeals to all the lawmakers, or at least the majority of them, to actually pass this through Congress. So they're kind of playing with an interesting situation right now, and again, the beneficiaries kind of all up in the air right now. So hope this helps you better understand what's going on. And again, when it comes to your benefit, no, they're not being replaced. Nothing is going on there as far as your monthly benefits being replaced with some type of other monthly check program. Not happening, not right now. But again, I shared with you a couple minutes ago how, my opinions on that as far as what I could foresee happening. And I wouldn't be shocked one bit at all to see that happen at some point in the very distant future. 20, 30 years, something like that. Wouldn't be shocked at all to see that happen. Anyway, hope this one helps you to better understand the situation. I hope it gives you a little bit more clarity and, of course, peace of mind as well to resolve this and discuss the details. Again, I'm watching everything closely right now. I want to keep you updated with everything going on, which is exactly why I'm here for you every single day, breaking on the details in these short videos. So if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.